Foodtown Throwdown is a Kickstarter game, and probably, I don't want to say the worst Kickstarter game I ever kickstarted, but probably the worst Kickstarter game that actually works, okay? So this game works as it's intended to work. What kind of happened in our game is you have to fulfill these recipes, and they might require meat, bread, and cheese to make a Geno steak sandwich. And then you're just kind of drawing, hoping you get that, and hoping you draw something. If somebody draws a bunch of publicity, they can throw those down, and somebody's just going to steal it from you. So, if you've seen any of my reviews, you know that Take That isn't a thing that I like. This is just a Take That game. It's okay. It's just as good as anything else, I suppose. We can get it cheap, and you like the Munchkin-style games. This is it. We spent a lot of times drawing and just luck and hoping that we got the card we needed, and there wasn't a lot of playing off. You know, oh, I got this action card. Might as well play it and do what I need to do, and oh, I happen to draw meat, bread, and cheese. Let's make Geno's. And totally lost on me. This kind of game is lost on me. So if you like this kind of game, don't let me, be a Debbie Downer here. But this is not the kind of game that's going to impress me. I've seen this before. Munchkin and the Big Footsie game. And oh gosh, this game has been done to death. At least it didn't have zombies. Although I like zombie games, I don't like Take That zombie games. Probably because I don't like Take That games. But other than that, the game works as intended. I mean, you're going to be drawing cards, playing them, screwing your friends over, hoping to keep your points, hoping that points don't get stolen. I mean, all those great things. These games, I guess, must sell like hotcakes because I end up buying them on accident. People buy these. They're made left and right. They seem like they should be pretty simple to make because they don't require any balancing, really. I would pass. I'm purging this. This is not for me. But if you like this sort of game, or the theme. I mean, the theme's what drew me in. I was hoping this would be an actual game with something different with little food trucks. And I said, you know what, the heck. I'll kickstart this. And I regret it, to be honest. Purge. Here are the components for Foodtown Throwdown. It comes in a box, like a normal size box. But my copy also came in this. This is a box in the shape of a food truck, but mine immediately was coming apart in the shipping. Here's the back of it, and I'm going to have to glue this thing together if I'm going to want it, and honestly, it's probably garbage to me. I'm probably not going to keep that. If I do, this might actually be kind of a neat decoration, just to have in a board game room, if you like that sort of thing. They come with a rule book. It's going to come with a couple useless recipes for making things. These serve no purpose in the game that I can tell. It comes with a meeple, which, from what I can tell, serves no purpose in the game either. You're going to get a couple pens. Mine's a Kickstarter. That might be why I get all this extra stuff. We don't need to actually play the game. So, a couple of these. I guess this is a magnet. This one's a pin. Maybe you want to pin this on your jacket and wear it. Then you're going to get a number of recipe cards. These are what you're trying to accomplish. So that's how many victory points I guess it gives you. The ingredients, everything else is just fluff. So the icon and the star really all that matters. And you get quite a few of these. And then the main component in the game are going to be these cards. You're going to get quite a few. Pretty good. Pretty good. A little on the thin side, but they feel really good. And they're curved. They got white around them. Yeah, so I don't have a whole lot of complaints. And quite a few of these, and mix it up for the Take That game. Now my version, so it's a Kickstarter. It comes with a 5-player expansion, which comes with some more cards and new recipes, ingredients, more food, and enough to play 5 players. So there you go. Those are the components for Foodtown Throwdown. The rulebook for Foodtown Throwdown is pretty good. It doesn't have a picture of the components, but they're just cards. Once you get inside, it does show you the type of cards. That's really all you need. The rules are pretty easy. Really, all you really need is a quick reference. You're going to start your turn by drawing a card. You can discard a couple cards. You can claim the recipes. This is a draw card and hope you can use it game. and either you can use it or hurt your opponents. That's what kind of game this is. So that's either going to appeal to you or not. The rules are fairly clear. I didn't really have any problems with the rules, so A to the rule book, I guess. Okay, so when you're playing Foodtown Throwdown, you're going to have a deck of purple recipe cards. When you're going to put 2 face up, 3 in a 2-player game. Everybody's going to draw 4 cards off the top. And these cards could be... Everything else doesn't matter. Only that matters is this icon. Okay? And you're going to try to match that icon to the recipes. So let me just kind of show you how this looks. So you have a kidney bean and a vegan burger. So you're one part of this to score 3. And the first person to have 10 stars wins the game. So if you look on this one, the Artisan Hoagie, it has a picture of it and some fluff, but none of it matters. The bean will actually do you no good. It doesn't require beans, so the bean's not going to help you there. So what you're going to do on your turn, let me just show you the cards. So you have yellow cards that allow you to do actions. Take 21 card discard pile, you may use it to play a recipe this turn. You're going to have green cards, which will just go down in front of you. This is a dog park, and this gives you a star. 1 extra star if you have 2 recipes with meat. So if you have 2 recipes that require meat, the Artisan Hogan requires meat, so this would be one of them. This is meat. Then you would get the 1 star. And then you're going to have the ingredients that you need. So on your turn, you're going to draw a card. And now you have an ingredient in your hand. It can do a few things. You can play an action card. So if you played this, you would go through the discard pile and pick out a card. You can complete a recipe. So you would just put down the required ingredients, whatever they are, and then take the recipe card, put this in front of you, and now you're scored 3 points and you're on your way to 10. And you have to discard these to do that. You can always discard 2 cards. Let's say for example, I don't need a potato, and I don't want this dog territory because 2 meat, I'm not even close to that. You can always discard 2 and to pick up 1. And you can do as many times as you want, but remember, when you're doing that, you're going to be decreasing the amount of cards that you have. So I drew, force another player to discard 2 ingredient cards. So that could be a good way to, screw your neighbor. You can play, if you had one of these cards, if I didn't discard it, let me try to find you one that's useful. Like this one. If I had this, Territory Street Festival. 1 extra star if you have a side dish. So if I had a side dish in front of me, I could just play one of these green cards down. This is a publicity card. So social media campaign, you just get a star. So if you get one of these, all you do is just flap them down in front of you, and that's a victory point. So the luck of the draw is just lucky you drew this card and you threw it down. Hopefully your luck continues and nobody steals it from you. And the last thing you can do is just pass. If you know movable terms or anything that you want to play, then you would just pass. So you can play an action card, which are the yellow ones. You can complete a recipe, which are some combination of these red ones to get these purple ones that are face up. You can discard 2 cards to draw 1 card. Or you can play a green or blue card. The blue cards, normally, you just flop them down, you get a victory point. The territory ones usually have some kind of condition. Once again, this one's if you have 2 recipes with meat. That means you've earned 2 of these. And this just continues on until somebody gets 10 stars. And so it's just a really simple Munchkin style. Take that. There are some variations in play. You can do no recipes that are hidden. You can do some scavenging. But for the most part, you're going to draw cards and try to put these out to accomplish these recipes. A lot of the luck of the draw. So that's Foodtown Throwdown. Who should buy this game? Fans of Take That. People who just want to kind of sit around and play a card game and might find the theme appealing of these food trucks, which sadly I was one of. I guess there's some humor in the game. The problem with that is it's probably funny the first couple of times you see it. Maybe some younger kids would like this, but they'd probably go to Munch again or something more than food trucks. Maybe, I guess. I could see some 30-year-olds or 20-year-olds that just want to throw down some cards and play a game. I don't tend to like these games, so it's hard for me to say who would like them. But this is going to be fans of light card games that, doesn't require a lot of thought, but you might be talking about other things at the table, the sports or the dance recital or how the kids are doing. You're talking about other things while you're throwing some cards at the table and you're semi-playing a game. You're not going to sit down and be like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking 6 turns ahead. No, you're going to be hoping things work out for you and you're having another conversation. So beer and pretzels all the way. This is maybe for somebody who's at Thanksgiving and they want to play a game but they don't want to think or, get into something a little bit heavier. This is okay. For me, it's a purge. I'm not going to play a game like this. I'd rather go do something else, play on my phone or stare at a wall or watch grass grow or paint dry than play that. So it doesn't mean it's a bad game. It doesn't mean that it's terrible. It doesn't mean that the designer didn't do a good job. It's just a genre that I don't like. And it's going to take a very special take that game, which there have been. If you watch my reviews or read any of them, there are some that pique my interest. This just isn't one of them. Purge.